Yo, yo, come on in. I'm going to wait till people start filling up. And then we're going to talk about Nintendo Switch and where we go from there. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Talk about it. Nintendo, one of the pioneers and the companies that started it all. Was good, folks. Hopefully, you guys can hear me loud and clear. If you can, say something in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. Go through my laundry list of Nintendo Switch games, see what we're doing there, see what we're going to play. Not gonna lie, man, Nintendo Switch has been kind of dry this year. Think we got what Animal Crossing. That's pretty much it. We did get the what game that we got? The old game they so called try to remaster or release. Right now, just looking at some stuff I'm gonna put up for some gameplay. Let's see. Yo, Lincoln Clay was good. D Reps was good. Was good. D Rep, what's the point of an Xbox Series X if they were bragging about power? Hey, man, they are reaching for something. They don't know what, but they're reaching for something. So, and maybe I mean, it's I don't know. They had the power that narrative really didn't work, and so they're gonna just keep going until they find something that works for them. So I think that's what you got. That's what you're dealing with. The Vaughn was good. Was good, bro. Come on in here. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, Lincoln Clay, man. Yeah, hey, I hear you, bro. VR, you finna get that workout on. That's what's up. Levon, I agree, man. We finna talk about it. What is what's Nintendo gonna do? Next generation is coming up. I'll go ahead and get started. But Nintendo, um, you know, the console, the Switch is good. It's selling great. But what is Nintendo going to do? I mean, we need to discuss what is Nintendo going to do for next generation because right now, shit, everybody's looking at the PS5. You got the X Series X coming out. You got the Lockhart coming out. What are they going to do? It's the Switch is good, but I think they still got to keep that mind share. I don't want them to get lazy and say, hey, we're just gonna keep doing these Switch ports from the Wii U, and we'll release, Zelda 2 and some stuff like that. I mean, they got to do something, man. Yep, they got to do something. What that is, I don't know. Um, like you said, Levon, a 1080p screen. Maybe you keep the same size, maybe a different size. What are they going to do? I don't know. It's going to be interesting seeing what they're going to do. Personally, myself, I think they need to come out with another console, but this time don't make it portable. Continue with your Switch, but make a home console that's um how can I put it? Something that's dedicated. They can come out with something like that. Maybe it does 1440p, maybe it does 4K. Uh I don't know. Dedicated, they do very well with handhelds. I'm not saying um try to go after Sony or Nintendo, but they, do something different. I don't know. The games are great, but man, they got to do something. Yeah, I think they're gonna ride the Switch thing out, but again, we're talking about next generation. Everybody's gonna be playing at 4K 60. Everybody's gonna be playing in VR and all kind of stuff. Nintendo just can't sit there and be like, hey, we got the Switch. That's good enough. Eventually, people are gonna get tired of that, right? Eventually, people are gonna get tired of it. Quentin, Cyrus, what's good, brother? What's good? Chaotic, what's good? Chaotic. Rome, what's good? What's good? Man, we're talking about the state of the Switch. What are we gonna do for next generation for the Switch? What are they gonna do? Do they launch a new console, and how different is that gonna be? They got to do something. Young Dro was good. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. What is Nintendo going to do? I know some people are saying, well, they really don't have to do anything. They can just keep doing what they're doing. And I'm like, man, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Hyping up this party right here. This is called The Tourist on the Switch. Hey, Rome, I understand, man. They got games. They do got games. A lot of their games are Switch ports, but it is what it is. What do you, Craig? What's good? Is this Mass Effect? My man Craig, we know you love that Mass Effect, brother. You are the god of Mass Effect. What I would like for Nintendo, obviously a new console. I don't think they need to mess with the, what do you call it? Honestly, yeah, I don't think they need to mess with the console size. Kind of keep that rocking. Keep the console size. Basically, just kind of figure out how do you going to add something new. We know we got Breath of the Wild coming. Game is great. Well, Breath of the Wild 2, we know we got that coming. We got some more stuff. Then right now you're releasing stuff like Pikmin 3 and stuff like that. It just shows that right now they're kind of in a dry spell. Appreciate that, Ron. Yeah, man. I was yesterday. I did the state of Xbox, and so today is the state of Nintendo, and this upcoming week I'm going to do the state of PlayStation. We just kind of keep it going. This game is a kind of like a relax and chill game. I kind of like this. Quincy said a while back I had sent you what positions they was hiring for on Twitter and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to check that out, man. You know, a lot of times things get hectic depending on what show we do. Stadia, oh man, the state of Stadia. I'm gonna be honest. I got like 60 something games on Stadia. It works as advertised. There's just that content. I don't know, bro. I don't know what they're gonna do. They'll figure something out. But Nintendo, a new console. You know, they gave us a bunch of 3DSs. Now we got Switches. I'm sure they're gonna make a Switch XL or something like that. Um, they do. I feel like they do need more power in their console. Give it more power, man. The console is good. It's okay now, but a lot of the third party games run like crap. I'm not gonna lie. And as you guys can see, I have a lot of third party games, a lot of first party, but also a lot of third party games. And you know, some of these games they really do need some attention. And again, you want to not just be able to have a Switch and say, "Well, I buy it for the first party games." It's like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I don't buy a console just to play one type of. I want to be able to play all games and feel happy about it and have a great experience. I mean, matter of fact, let's go to Grid. This is, you know, y'all know I'm a racing fan, so I got, you know, racing on all the consoles. Yeah, a Cree, like he said, a next generation Switch that'll run 1440p through 1800p. Could be, man. It's a Nvidia chipset, so they could do some like DLSS type stuff. I don't think anybody's really asking for 4K on such a small screen, but do something. You're gonna have to do something to close that power gap. I'm not saying compete with PlayStation 5 or anything like that. I'm just saying you got to give us something a little bit better. We have seen a bunch of Switch games that just look and run rough. We're talking about 360p, 340p, just stuff like that. You know, we're talking about some crazy stuff. In this day and age, 360p. Ugh. Ugh. And I'm gonna show you on this game here. We're going to see. We'll take a look at the graphics. They have did some amazing job with some of the games like The Witcher and stuff like that. Yeah, it looks but because it's on a small screen on the handheld, it's, you know, it's passable. But we want Nintendo to not just be passable, but actually be good. You know, stable 60 frames. Battery life may suffer, but you know, I think everybody's okay from now. You know, look at this. This looks pretty good, and this is Grid, and this running on the Switch. So I kind of have no qualms with this. Sure, it doesn't look as good and crisp as the other consoles, but again, taking into account this is a handheld. Nintendo is always going to get that pass, man. Stuff that Sony and Microsoft couldn't get away with, especially with Digital Foundry. You know, Digital Foundry going to go in there and give it praise. And you have Nintendo has the whole nostalgia stuff, but I mean, it'll be okay for them to get credit without everybody giving them a pass. So, more power, you know, beef it up. Nintendo is making a crap load of money. I mean, look at it. They using the old chips in the Switch, and I mean, they're geniuses for thinking about that, right? They make these freaking NVIDIA Tegra chip that's like freaking 15 years old, and they use it in the handheld. And you know, again, Nintendo don't make the games that really need all the power, but it's not about just Nintendo's IP. Another thing, the online network. What's up with Nintendo and the online? We can't give them a pass for that. It's time we finally get a native party chat app, a native online system, something that's more than just having being serviceable. You know, why can't I send in-game invites on a lot of these games? You know, it's the friend code stuff. You know, are we over that stuff? Do we really need that? You know, who knows? Maybe they partner with Microsoft for Xbox Live, you know, or use their service. I'm okay with that. I don't care what service they use. Shit, they can use Discord for all I care. But it's just funny, in order to play the Switch with my friends, I have to crack open my cell phone, call them, or, you know, and there's only a handful of games that use the Nintendo app. You know, we need to think about that. You know, Nintendo has done some amazing things in the past, and they get credit for it, and they should get credit. You know, one of their downfalls, I think, that a lot of people don't give them credit for, was the whole Virtual Boy. Sure, they probably didn't think the idea all the way through, but they were a pioneer with that stuff. You know, they weren't afraid to try something new. So Nintendo, you know, I don't mind them trying new stuff, and it's failing. At least they're trying. Still have my Virtual Boy, play it from time to time. Yeah, you know, you play it too long, it gives you headaches and stuff like that. But for its time, I mean, that you know, VR, it was a decent attempt, I guess, for a lot of people, but it was more than anybody else was doing back then. You know, I just don't know where Nintendo goes next. I do want a Switch Pro. I would like to have a Switch Pro. Their games, what else can they do with games? I'd like to see them make some more mature games. I know people are going to say, oh, well, they can do the Bayonetta stuff. Yeah, I'm not asking for them to give us a Last of Us 2 or anything like that, but come on, a little bit more mature games would help. Nintendo, again, they have fun games. I'm not taking anything away from that. It's just, as a gamer, some of my wants that I would like to have. You know. Besides power, what do we want? I would like to have some decent Bluetooth. Be able to use my wireless headphones, AirPods, stuff like that with my Switch. It's kind of goofy how they have a lot of technology, but they don't unlock it for us to use. Why Nintendo? I have no clue. I feel like it's a lot of missed opportunities. That's what I'll say about Nintendo. They have a lot of missed opportunities. If you guys seen that, it's called a Dale. It's a prototype, but it's a Dale Alienware, like a handheld. You can kind of, it's like a mobile PC. That thing there, I would buy it day one. That's a great idea, and it's literally just like the Switch. It just has the power and stuff like that. You can take you can dock it or undock it, hook it to a monitor. I think that's a great idea. And these companies always steal from each other. You know, Nintendo they don't create anything. Microsoft steals, Sony steals. They all do it, you know, and I'm fine with it. Share the technology. They're all partners in some form or fashion dealing with gaming. Yeah. price wise, the Switch Lite was excellent, man. $200. That's where we needed to be for a handheld type device. $299 was in line with, you know, with the other consoles, so it was kind of but again, people wanted that portability. It worked. It worked. Yeah, Quinn, that the alien thing, let's say they charge $1,000 for it. Hey man, I'm all for it. I mean, it's just like, you just have to be able to get the games to run at 1080p or even 720p because it's handheld. So it's not like you have to do much. Switch is going to get some last gen ports. Levon, I agree. Switch, I feel like it's always going to be behind with a lot of stuff. That's how I feel. It's always going to be behind. But I think to some extent that's okay because it's Nintendo. And again, they do get that pass. Nintendo gets a pass for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because of the nostalgia. I don't know if it's because who they are and the type of games they make. I just think that's what it is. Quinn says, frankly, all they really need is for the next Switch to be at the base PS4's power. Hey, I get it, but you got to think about it like this, right? The Switch is technically, the Switch is one T-flop. The OG the Xbox One was what, 1.4 T-flops, 1.3 T-flops, something like that. And then the PS4 was 1.8 T-flops. So yeah, add another T-flop in there. Be good. That'll boost some more power. I think more gamers are willing to be okay with. I think gamers are. How I'm gonna put this. Gamers are willing to sacrifice for the portability. That's what I want to say. And again, I'm trying not to give them a pass because I don't want to give them a pass. But I think I will give up some power for for the portability, being able to go to the airport and do different things. Even playing this game, it's a little bit sluggish. You can kind of tell. Again, people give it a pass because it's Nintendo, and that's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair, but it is what it is, man. Nintendo is always going to get a pass. I'm okay with that. I think most gamers are okay with that. Nintendo has Yujiro. What's good, brother? He said Nintendo has agenda to beat PlayStation by any means. I don't really think so, bro. I don't think Nintendo cares. As long as Nintendo's able to do what they do, they're okay. Nintendo is kind of like that harmless person. They're always going to be there. They're fun. They make great products, and you can't knock them for what they do. They're the only ones that's doing it. Nintendo, man, they're some freaking pioneers. They deserve the credit that they get for a lot of stuff. Their games are fun. Old people can play it. Young people can play it. It's they make awesome products. Let me go to the chat. Hey, Seuss, what's good, brother? Yeah, man. Project Cars 3. I'm looking forward to that too. I'm going to be on that puppy in VR. That's kind of my thing. That's what I want to see. Let's see, Rome. Yeah, the Switch selling point is portability. It is, but let's be honest, it's basically a Wii U in a tablet form, you know? Let's see what else we got. Nintendo has principles. They're not about to cash grab like Xbox. Hey, I disagree with that wholeheartedly. Nintendo are the king of cash grabbing. Look at all the ports we got. We're getting Pikmin 3. Here it is, end of the generation, and they're giving us that. So I gotta disagree with that, brother. I'm definitely gonna disagree with that. Now here's the thing. What else? Dark Lord Fusion, what's good? Sick, what's good, brother? What's good, y'all? Just talking about the state of Nintendo. You know, what's next for Nintendo? Do you guys think they need to make a Switch Pro? Do you think they need to make a next generation system console? I say take a real beefy Nintendo Switch, crank that puppy up to 4K or 1440p, something like that, and let me play all of these games, in a great fashion. Is really going to help out with the third party games. I would like to see like the battlefields and stuff like that running mobilely, where a lot of companies won't be able to do that because they don't want to put the R&D into that. It's not really worth it for them. Ujira said that they're secretly planning on competing with Sony, with saying they are, and that they noticed they bragged about their sales. Yeah, sick. He said Nvidia Shield is capable 4K. They can do that with the Switch. I agree. I agree. I've had every single Nvidia Shield, including their little handheld console they had, including the tablet as well. So yeah. First time me playing this Ninjala, so I downloaded. Let's see what it's about. They could definitely do that. And now, why wouldn't they? Uh, I don't know. It's Nintendo. Why do they do a lot of stuff? I think they need to go ahead and do it though. I think gamers want a little bit more. The number one thing that I would like them to go ahead and complete, um, they're online. I want to be able to talk to my friends and stuff like that on the go. No, I get it, man. And Nintendo, they are the granddads of gaming. I get that. I am not dismissing any of that. I'm just saying they need to do something else. Um, let's go with this here. Yeah, but Nintendo needs to. They need to do something. One thing I don't want them to do though, I don't want them to just keep this console around and just say, okay, as long as the sales are there, we're just going to keep it going. Because at the end of the day, it's going to get used less and less and less. I just don't know what that next thing is. What Nintendo? What are you going to do, Nintendo? What do we need to do? Yeah, forget this. Let's go back to the game. What are we gonna do, Nintendo? I don't know. So if it's maybe a stationary console, not sure. Okay. What's going on? Have any of you guys played Ninjala? This is I guess a free-to-play game by Nintendo. Sure, there's a bunch of microtransactions and stuff like that. So exactly, Bluetooth. Like, what's up with that? It's basic stuff that Nintendo could do that could help make their game like that much better. But for some reason, they're just not. I don't know. Maybe they don't care to. The whole online thing. Uh, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if they'll ever do that. That's the problem, man. I don't know if Nintendo is ever going to fix that. By the way, while I'm doing this, I'm going to take a little break. I want you guys to just give me about 30 seconds. All right, now I'm back. Yeah, but let's see. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Quinn Soros said, "Nah, it'll be another NSW because they allow them to bring together portable and home studios in a single device." Yeah, but here's the thing about it, right? Their games, it's just like with the DLS stuff. You can take the lower resolution native game and it'll upscale it to be 4K or whatever, to fit it without having any of the issues. So I don't think they have to do much of anything. They would take a game like this, right? That's at like 720p, 600p, or whatever, and it would upscale it to 4K, and you wouldn't have any of the graininess and blurriness, and especially because they have Nvidia, and Nvidia has the DLSS on lock. Let's go fight. So it's a bunch of stuff. Plus, let's say they use a next generation type mobile NVIDIA processor. I mean, man, these chips are getting smaller, smaller, and smaller, right? And I really don't want them to use that K1 or the K2. I think they have K1 in there now. I don't want them to use the K2. I want them to use like proper stuff, like the real next gen. Yeah, so what else? Elysium Court was good. You didn't know I had a channel? Yeah, man, I got a channel. I had another channel, it got hacked last year, and so I just started a new one, like mid to late last year, and then eventually I got the hack channel back, and so I just kind of dropped that one and started this one here. Sucker. Guess they didn't find any. Um, yeah, Elysium, man, if you could, man, again, hit the like button, guys, and also subscribe. I'm going to be doing more and more content here. On the weekends, I do retro gaming, so I find old retro gaming. I think the week before last was Sega Saturn. This week it was the OG Xbox. Yesterday I streamed some OG Halo and talked about the state of Xbox. What else? PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, 4, all the PlayStations, all the Xboxes, Neo Geo, TurboGrafx 16. I mean, I go through the whole laundry list of them. What else? Okay, cool. Appreciate that, Quincy. Yeah, he said they're hiring for DLSS. So that's what he's saying. And if man, that'll be great. But I'm going to tell you this: there's 60 million switches in a while. If they can get that DLS stuff working on the switch that we have now, that'll help extend that life. But they still got to come out with a little bit more powerful hardware, man. Some of these games, I'm sorry, but 360p, you're not going to be able to scale that to 4K. And I'm just sorry. I mean, it'll do wonders, but it ain't gonna do no miracles. And the mere fact it's 2020 and they dropping games that look like that. Ugh. What else could Nintendo? Nintendo has to fix the Bluetooth issue with the peripherals and stuff. Uh, that would, that would go handy in doing something. Um, I really don't have any issues with the battery life. I don't see anybody saying, "Oh, I need more battery life on my Switch." I mean, give me a good couple of hours on the Switch, mobile, handheld, I'm good. Switch Lite does me wonders. But all the attention is going to be on the next generation consoles. Everybody is waiting for that PlayStation 5 and X Series X. Then with those next generation games that we're getting, let's say the multiplats, for a lot of Nintendo guys, they want that. They want that stuff, When you look at a game like I'm gonna say what game? When you look at a game like Kena for the PlayStation 5, oh my god, it looks amazing. Now I would like to play that portably. I would like to play that on the Switch. Why not? By the way, this here is Skyrim on the Switch. It's great. It looks good for what it is.
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn. Your lies fall on deaf ears, deceiver. The true Dragonborn comes. You are but his shadow. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness.
Fight these people.
None shall stand to oppose
but
him.
we're about to get a bunch of next generation games. A bunch of next generation games, and for Nintendo guys not to be able to take part in that, I can see a lot of people start pushing Nintendo like, hey, we need a little bit more power. But then again, I don't know. Sometimes Nintendo guys, they just stuck in their own little world. They don't care. They should care. It's not like we're asking for much. A little bit more power. Cross-gen ports. Yeah, listen, man, and that's another thing, right? Sony and Microsoft has finally said uh, crossplay is a thing. So okay, now that everybody's seeing crossplay, okay,
Then it is too late.
what are we gonna
The
do with
lie
it?
has already taken root in the hearts of men.
Heat
Don't you
Stevens was good,
expose to
bro.
them the falseness in their hearts by
Thank
tearing
you for
out the
stopping
walls
by,
of the
checking
deceiver.
me out, man.
When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to
But
oppose him.
you look at games like Rogue, Rogue, I forgot this Rogue something, I forgot. Rogue, I forgot what they call that game. Rogue something. I got it. I'm about to play it here shortly. But I just just kind of thought about why can Nintendo be in that discussion.
Huh?
I agree, Levon. The first 2 years of the gen is going to be cross gen. I get it, but nobody's asking Nintendo to do something out of the blue. Nobody's asking them, okay, Nintendo, we want you to, you know, make all new games start over. It's like we're not asking for that. We're just asking for, hey, give us more powers so the games that we currently have can look better, play better, so we can start to get some of these third party ports that companies won't or can't do now. I'm not asking for ray tracing. Not at all. I mean, that'll be cool for some people, but I'm really not asking for ray tracing. Yeah, Rogue Company is the name of that game. I appreciate that, Quincy. I'm gonna take a look at that, bro. Definitely. But this next generation, man, I can't wait. I'm not gonna lie. I've beat obviously The Last of Us 2. I've beat um Ghost of Tsushima. I need to jump back on Final Fantasy 7 remake. And that's just gonna ride me out to PlayStation 5. I'm kind of done with this gen. Ain't no lie. So I know Nintendo cooking something. I would just like them to, at least give us something. Tell us, hey, we working on this or we're gonna do this. Just let us know. But imagine playing like a Battlefield or a COD. I mean, for Christ's sakes, give us a Madden. Maybe 2K's new football game is going to be on the Switch. This game here, Road Company, is 60 frames per second on this console, and so this is great. I got Overwatch on this. They got it at 30 frames. They should have updated it for 60 frames. Man, I can't play Overwatch anything less than 60 frames. Real talk. Transformational gaming was good, my brother. My brother always giving me these names. Was good, broski. Yeah, man, we're talking about the state of Nintendo. Where does Nintendo go from here? Right now, the conversation is about Microsoft. The conversation is about, Sony with the PlayStation 5. Now, what are we going to do about the Nintendo? I don't want to. Hey, right now, I'm playing on the Switch. See right here? Switch. I'm on that Road Company. So I can play against PC gamers. I can play against all the consoles and stuff like that. So Yushira says, spill some secrets about the PS5 games. All I can tell you, man, what's been told from me and what's been showed from me is that from what I hear, in a few weeks, we're going to hear some exciting news and we're going to get shown some games that we never knew that they were making. I hear they're bringing back some old stuff, but I also hear that Sony pulled out that bag, dropped the bag, and got some exclusivity stuff on some big games that you wouldn't think that they would be able to do that with. So Sick Humor DLSS can't be exclusive to Navi. It was first on. I agree. See, AMD is working on their own version of that. I don't think it's stuff like that. It's not exclusive, right? It's you can use uh different methods to do that. It's like you got checkerboard, you got DLSS, you got AMD is going to have their proprietary name for it, so it's not going to matter. But I think DLS is going to, since Nintendo, when it comes to Nintendo, since Nintendo have NVIDIA hardware in there, then it's obviously they're going to call theirs DLSS. They're just going to go with the regular DLSS. And they don't have to do much. Their game's already 720p, right? So if they clean it up to 1080p, 1440p, 4K, it's not going to be that. It's not going to be. Yeah, but NVIDIA, DLSS, the name itself is exclusive to NVIDIA. Now, AMD is going to have, theirs is going to be called something else, It's probably already out there. I just hadn't looked. Either way, it's going to take lower resolution games, and you'll be able to scale them higher, and it cleans up everything, and it just looks better. According to Digital Founders, sometimes it looks better than native, especially on a game like Control, and that's crazy. How do you beat native? I don't know, but I don't know. Sparse rendering, yeah, whatever kind of names they got.
Enemies have armed the bomb. Disarm it.
Damn, over at B. Let me see. Hey. Oh, they got me. God dang it. Yeah, native. Listen, the thing about it, right? Verge Brizzle, what's good, bro? What's good? Yeah, the native stuff may have jaggies, right, due to the lower resolution and stuff like that, but they can always clean that stuff up. That's what it does.
All friendlies eliminated. Regroup.
Yeah, and I have Control on the PC. I got it on PlayStation as well, but it's a game that I really can't get into. It's not really for me, but yeah. So supposedly that DLSS will take it from like 1080p, scale it to 4K, clean it up, and it looks like literally looks native. So it doesn't, plus you got the ray tracing and all that stuff going on in there, so you're able to run it at a reasonable frame rate. I'm all for all this new technology, man. Let's go with it. Let's do it. Damn, shouldn't have went without my team. That's what FXAA does. Well, I thought FXAA it just basically cleans up the jaggies. It doesn't really. I mean, it's not really doing what. Jeez, I was literally there, man. I gotta concentrate on this game. Okay. What else?
All friendlies eliminated. Regroup.
Stand right by him. Take a little break. Yeah, so we got PlayStation Talks is in the house. What's good, bro? What's good? What's good? Transformational Gaming said it's basically post processing with algorithmic reconstruction. Listen, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's some great stuff in there. I'm not interested in like all the other stuff. I just want to say what, show me what it can do. I just want to know, just show me what it can do. I know, these next generation consoles like PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, a lot of, maybe in the beginning you're going to have some 30 frames a second game, but that's going to be a thing in the past, especially with stuff like DLSS and AMD's rendition of DLSS, where, so I can see them utilizing that stuff. When Digital Foundry tells me um, this stuff is able to make a game look better than the native, then I'm all for it. Why not? One yay, what's good? What's good, broski? I'm all, I'm all for all these technologies. Bring them. I'm ready for them. Being able to play some games, in 120 frames a second, games like Dirt, right? Maybe they're using some kind of technology that allows it to be able to render it properly and scale it. I'm all for it. But I'm gonna tell you this, as it relates to the Nintendo Switch, I think they could really like use it more so than yeah, they could use it more than anybody else. This is some Wolfenstein Youngblood. Gotta sign in with the Bethesda. Jeez. Yeah, I gotta sign. I don't feel like signing in that crap, man. What else? We got a bunch of other games that we can play. I ain't finna bore y'all with some Minecraft. Got Warface. Final Station is a good one. Metro Last Light, obviously. Yeah, do some Streets of Rage. I already beat that on the play Streets of Rage on the PlayStation, so but we'll play it again. Yep, Nintendo is Nvidia. Now here's the thing, right? What if they give up like on that? What if they put like a laptop Nvidia, like a 2060 or something? I know. Now bear with me, right? I'm just, you know, I know it's a long shot. Just bear with me. But if they put like a 2060 Max Q processor, ultra low power, what if they do something like that instead of using the K? That could happen. Nintendo's going to be okay. It's just they're going to get lost in the sauce. They're going to have to do something. I know that they system selling right now, but you don't wait till your system stops selling before you plan the next thing. You do it like now. Games like this, I mean, looks amazing on the Switch. I just don't want all the games to end up being like this. For the same reason, I play a lot of 8-bit games on the Switch, but I don't want all those games to be 8-bit. You got to have that variety. I would like some amazing graphics, and I'm not saying ray tracing because ray tracing is such a resource hog and it's new. But eventually, right, a couple of years from now, ray tracing is like going to be standard in everything. So games. When it comes to games, we know we're gonna get Metroid. We know that we're gonna get some stuff like that. Nintendo has some new IP this generation. They tried to come with some new stuff. Some stuff just didn't it just didn't. Arms was okay. I thought but I wasn't a big fan of it. His ass. I don't know. I'm just saying from my gaming standpoint, I'd like to see more from Nintendo. Um, no lie, they did have a dry spell, big time. Right now, we're gonna get Metroid. We're gonna get some of those things. Nintendo got to get its online infrastructure right because, man, think about it, right? With Wi-Fi 6, with 5G and all that stuff coming out, man, like it's going to be endless possibilities with the mobile thing. And right now, from a power wise, these cell phones or with xCloud and stuff, I know it's not for me, right? But don't when it comes to portability, don't like kind of give up on that xCloud and all that mobile stuff because that's just more people playing on their phones or less people playing on the Switch. And I know those mobile games, those cell phone games and stuff like that. But the not making the case for xCloud, but you got all your Xbox games. Yep, Verizon and Amazon getting together. Apple, they're doing what they do. What else Nintendo could do? We got to get the Bluetooth. They got to get the power right. They gotta the whole online party chat system. They gotta implement that. It's a lot of stuff they're gonna have to do. It's not gonna be easy for them next generation. I'm gonna tell you that. It's not gonna be easy for them. What else do you guys want from Nintendo? The online, yeah, we talked about that. They got to have a proper online system. They can't keep, kind of taking the whole online thing for granted at all. What else do we want from Nintendo? Game wise, I ain't gonna lie, man. Their games have been on point. Real talk. They deliver on the games, and I got Paper Mario. That's the Overwatch I was telling you about. I mean, I've got FIFA, even though it's a old copy of the game. What else? You got your ports, your Resident Evils, 2K, all that stuff. Always, you know, does what it does. We got Luigi's Mansion, which I'm glad they finally did that. Fortnite's going to be there. I mean, everything. I don't know. What else can I want from Nintendo besides those main things that I wish they had, like currently? Yep. See, the thing about with Nintendo, right? A lot of their IPs that they had back in the day was from Konami. Um, you know, you had your Super C, you know, your Contras. You had a bunch of that stuff. They gave up Rare, which I'm gonna be honest, man. Rare is not the same. Rare hasn't been the same since Microsoft bought them. Nintendo, you know, they got. We're gonna get a new Mario. What kind of, you know, what kind? We don't know, but we're gonna get a new Mario. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion, man. That's my game, bro. Real talk. Matter of fact, I want to show you guys this game here. You know, bring back the old Tecmo Bowl. And they got a game that's kind of like Tecmo Bowl here. I play it. I think it's dope. And that's just in case you guys haven't seen it, but yeah. Yep, it wasn't Xbox. It was Microsoft. Microsoft destroyed Rare. They limited them for whatever reason. Yeah, Rare should have stayed, but you know, Nintendo has a lot to offer. They just have to fix some of the basic stuff. It's 2020, and guess what? We still have subtitles in games. Why people not talking? Zelda should grow up. Mario, I mean, we gotta hear some voices. I'm tired of reading on all of my games. Yeah, I gotta check this out. We got F Zero, Kid Icarus, Golden Stars, Star Fox. Yeah, will we get some of that stuff? I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. But if we are, Nintendo isn't really saying anything, you know? Oh man. Ooh. Put them burners on. Put them burners on. Touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm just. Oh man, I messed up. Yeah, when it comes to Nintendo, it's 2020, right? It's like it's time out for all of that stuff. There's like no excuse now. I think it's a lot of them being lazy. But I can see where they're like, well, R&D, you know, it's just going to cost a lot of money, a lot of time and effort to have voice in there. So they rather just do that. But again, Nintendo is competing for our dollars just like everybody else, you know. Ooh. Got it. Quincy. Yeah, definitely. Hey, this game here, man, I'm telling you, it is. And the thing about it, right, you can play with your friends, but there's no party chat. If you had party chat, like you can talk smack and stuff like that. We were playing Tecmo Bowl, me and you guys know him as Sean. Sean at Sean 786. Shout out to Sean, my bro, Broadband Bully. Anyway, we were playing Tecmo Bowl. I'm gonna go for it. Get it. Oh. We were playing Tecmo Bowl, and it was messed up because we couldn't talk smack, and I was like, man, why Nintendo? Like, why they treating us like this? So they allow you to use like little clappy hands, and that's crazy. We got the clappy hand treatment. Like seriously. Like, so if I get a touchdown, interception or something like that, I got to use the clappy hands just to say, "Hey, I'm sending. this is me saying, celebrating and saying, hey." Burnt them, burnt them. See, I'll be talking smack right here. Um, it's crazy because Fortnite has native voice chat in game. Why can't Nintendo do that on their games? Or even just make it easier for the third party people to do what they got to do. We just need it. It's time out for it. Oh, my man by himself. Jeez, get him. Ugh. Oh man. Transformational gaming. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. You take it easy. I'll see you guys out on Twitter. Y'all know where to find me. Yeah, but the state of the Switch, Switch is in a pretty good position, man. They were able to, real talk, they failed with the Wii U. They were able to re-up instantly, come back with another console and knock it out the park. Hands, kudos to them for that. But here we go. We're in another, a new generation. Something else has to happen. What are they going to do? I don't know. One thing I can say that Nintendo has going for them is they have the games, and at the end of the day, that's all people care about is the games. Nintendo's looking pretty good. They could continue to milk the Switch for another couple of years, but they have to release new hardware. They have to extend that, and so we can start getting some of the games that we should get. The Battlefields and stuff like that. I know a lot of people don't care. Oh, it's mobile. We don't care about that. Yeah, but some of us do. Yeah. Anyway, that's the state of the Switch and Nintendo and what we're looking forward to. We got to have native party chat. We have to have we got native party chat. We got to get a great online network going. We got to be consistent. Got to get all the chat online features together. Got to open it up more for third party games, more graphical intensive games. Most of these games that I have here are all kind of like cartoony style games. So we got to get some of the big beasts in there. And then Nintendo be looking pretty. They kind of stay their own lane. Who knows? Maybe we'll see a new home console that's not mobile. We don't know. Maybe they run it like a mobile console, and then maybe they all have like just a home console that's not portable, doesn't come with the screen and stuff like that. You still keep the price at $200. You're gonna win from that standpoint. So trophy, yeah, yes, Verge, trophy support. Why? Out of all these games I have, there is no way to show what my progress is. There's no trophies, and like, man, let's check this store out. I'll see how many games I've bought. I've spent a lot of money on a lot of games. I have a 1 terabyte SD card in here, in this system. Let's see. It's got 80 games there, and that's not even all my games, man. So yeah. So if they do all that stuff, man, I think Nintendo's going to be good. I think they'll keep knocking it out the park. It's a good system, good price. Kind of can't be mad at what they offer you. Ton of games. They keep consistent content coming in for the most part. So I think they'll be good. Gamer Sam, what's good? What's good? Thank you for checking me out, man. We're just talking about the state of Nintendo, where they are, and what are we looking for from them next generation. You know, these games here, you know, a lot of this, Nintendo has a big backlog of stuff, and they need to do something with them. You know, some new stuff. Um, anyway, guys, we're going to talk about you know, sometime this week we're going to talk about the state of PlayStation and Sony and where they're going forward and stuff like that. Yesterday we did the state of Xbox. So yep. So we got the state of Xbox. We're gonna do the state of Sony. Talk about them, what they're gonna be doing, and where do we see them in the next generation. Can't wait for the PlayStation 5, the X Series X. I'm ready for this generation to be over. I'm just ready. I'm hyped. I'm ultra hyped. Anyway, thank you guys for rocking out with me. It's been great hearing some of you guys' feedback, hearing, you know, some of the stuff that you guys think that Nintendo could do to make their system better. You know, so if they can do that and they can deliver, then they'll, you know, the Nintendo Switch will keep dominating in its lane. It'll keep doing what it does, and the sales will keep coming in. We'll be happy. But so they have a smaller feat to conquer versus what I think what Microsoft had to conquer, or even what Sony has to offer. And we'll get on Stadia too, and we'll talk about some of the other stuff that's going on in the industry. Anyway, thanks for rocking out with me. Follow me on Twitter at JW16, JayDub City 16. You guys can follow me on YouTube here. Hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed. Anyway, thanks for rocking out with me. Appreciate that, man. Verge Brizzle, thanks for coming through. Transformational Gamer, thank you. Quincy, some of the rest of you guys, Sick, all you guys, thanks for the support. And I will